So I just rewatched Mortal Kombat from 1995, and look, Mortal Kombat 2 comes out in a little, well, probably when I release this video about like a month or two from now. Really excited for it, really excited to see how that movie turns out. I think it looks quite awesome, so I wanted to go back and review at least the original Mortal Kombat movie from 1995 because I do really like this movie. There was a lot of nostalgia with this one, so it's gonna be really hard for me to look at this from an objective point of view. So I'm not going to. I'm going to look at this from a I watched this when I was 7. I still like it. I still think it's fun. Is it a great movie? God, no. No, I don't think you can truly make a Mortal Kombat movie that's like a masterpiece or anything. But you can definitely make one that's a masterpiece for a Mortal Kombat movie. And that's what this movie is. I love it with all my heart. So let's go and get into it. So this movie follows three characters: Sonya, Johnny Cage, and Liu Kang, and they have been chosen to fight in Mortal Kombat by Raiden, being played by Christopher Lambert, who was, Highlander, which I think is really funny because I didn't see Highlander until a couple weeks ago, and I'm just like, oh, that's totally him. Okay, I don't know how I feel with them white washing Raiden, but I mean, it's something. It is something. So they get chosen for this tournament by Shao Kahn, and it is pretty much a fight to the death. There's other characters here. Love them. You got Kano in this movie. You got Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They're not really characters. They don't go into no nearly the backstory or the lore you know of them from the games. But I swear, dude, as a fan of this franchise, because I've been a fan of Mortal Kombat for, I'm 22 years old. I've been a fan of Mortal Kombat for the past 12 years, probably. Ever since I was like 6 or 7. Ever since I was a kid, I've loved this franchise. I played the games. My dad showed me how to play the games, but I eventually caught on to them. There used to be a back when there used to be like indoor Pizza Huts. There was a Mortal Kombat arcade machine, and I would play the hell out of it on there. Same thing with Street Fighter, but I was much more of a Mortal Kombat kid than I was a Street Fighter kid. But anywho, how was this movie? Well, like I said, I love it from a nostalgia point of view. I love Liu Kang in this movie. He is truly my favorite version of this character that's been put on screen. He is pretty much identical to how he is in the games. They changed some things here and there, but I love his character. I love the opening of this movie because the opening of this movie is surprisingly really, really dark for what it's going for. Because this is kind of a breezy, fun movie. Besides like some little scenes here and there, he's mainly doing this for revenge. But he gets called to this tournament and he has to fight. Same thing with Sonya. Sonya's not really like she's in the movie, but she's not really who I know of her from the games. They do nothing with Jax in this movie. They wait till the second one, which I one day I'll talk about Annihilation, just not today. But they don't really give her much of a character here. She's just kind of stone faced the entire movie. Then you got Johnny. And Johnny Cage is fucking awesome in this movie. I love Johnny Cage in the original Mortal Kombat. He is the definition of a movie star that he just doesn't care about anybody but himself and his career. And you got prime Johnny Cage in this movie, so you don't got him like old and washed up. This is him when he's like a relatively new movie star and he's working for this sets for this director who is clearly supposed to be Steven Spielberg for some reason. Um but yeah, he's great. I love him. He is just he kicks Goro in the balls, man. How can I not love this dude? I think he's great. And there's some things about this movie that don't really hold up. I mean, I gotta criticize it a little bit. I mean, you got the costume design here, which looks straight out of a Spirit Halloween store for the most part. The CGI is not good, but it's 1995, so I can't really complain too much. We're not to like Golem territory yet. And Goro himself in this movie, he looks fine, but there's some parts where he just doesn't look alive at all. He looks fine in the film, though. For the most part, the movie is shot on location, which I really enjoyed. It is shot in a real environment. I love that about the film. And they do some really fun stuff with Kano. They try to build up the rivalry between him, and Sonya, and it doesn't really go anywhere. And speaking of Kano, they just get the accent wrong in this movie. But hey, he sits in a big room, eats a bunch of meat, has a chicken leg in his hand. That's kind of just Kano energy to a T. So I'm fine with it. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, like I said, there's a good fight between Scorpion and Johnny Cage in this movie. Like it is really really fun, and it was just a fun moment of the film. And then there's a fight between Liu Kang and Sub-Zero, and that's alright. I mean, they tried to include Reptile in here as well, but 1995 was clearly not ready for Reptile CGI at all. Even 2021 wasn't really ready for Reptile CGI because they just can never get this character to look truly great or how he looks in the game for some reason. I don't know, it's weird. Raiden here, like I said, he's a white man in this film, which is fucking weird. But I still think he's fun. I like Christopher Lambert as an actor. I think he's a fun actor. So I like him in the film. Just I don't know if he was the great choice for Raiden of all characters. And yeah, the ending fight of this movie is really good and surprisingly brutal. This was a PG-13 movie because in 1985, you weren't gonna make one of the highest selling video games into a rated R film for mainly adults, even though it's clearly aimed towards kids. So they made it PG-13, and they got away with some stuff in this movie. I mean, at one point you see Scorpion's skull and it's on fire and he gets cut in half. That's fun. They do some violence here and there that I really like in the film. I don't know. It's a fun time. Well, I every time I've showed this movie to people like younger than me, or like my partners or my friends who don't know nothing about Mortal Kombat, they're like, "Dude, what is this? This is weird." So I don't know if if like nowadays people will gravitate towards this film, especially if you didn't grow up with it as a kid. But I did. So, despite this movie having a ton of flaws, I still have a blast with it. It's one of the movies I rewatch the most. One of the video games movies I rewatch the most. I watch this film way too much, actually. But yeah, love this one. Also, the techno score, theme song, if you will, for the film is just, it's perfection. It is amazing, and it is one of the greatest songs for a movie I have ever heard in my entire life. So I will give Mortal Kombat from 1995. I can either go for a critic score or just my score. I'll give this about an 8.5 out of 10.